All right, we're back, everybody, and looks like we got some action with our first best of one ever. Neeb is going to fight against puCK as he goes to take back Rakshir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, really quick, we've been doing a lot of testing with me streaming again, and so far the quality of the stream has been all right. I'm going to actually up the bit rate now a little bit to test things. If frames start dropping, go back to this number that we have recently learned is okay. And hopefully things will be stable. Regardless, though, this is only a best of one. Well, these were all best of fives in the past. Rakshir is now only a best of one. The idea is that we're in kind of quote-unquote sudden death mode to speed things up. And if for whatever reason, like, we actually really hope the tournament ends today. If it doesn't end today, we have other things in mind to keep spicing it up and make things go faster and faster and faster. In fact, depending on how things go, we may even just turn all the best of threes into best of ones today to just really shotgun this and have it go on through.
Would it be crazy if you turned them all to best of ones and they still didn't win? It is that evenly matched.
I mean, that's the downside to this. We actually have players who are too good. Too good of players.
Yep.
But okay, game starting off, Rakshir. Best of one only, folks. I know you've seen all best of fives on this map up to this point. It is now a best of one.
Yeah. Just cheese your heart out. Maybe.
It'd be cool if the load screen had the name of the mod we were using or something, like underneath the title, so that we all knew. Like, oh, these guys are using the WCS mod. These guys are using, like, BaseTradeTV exclusive mods or stuff like that.
Write it down. Suggest it.
Well, anyways, spawning here in the bottom right side of Rakshir. Ladies and gentlemen, he is currently defending. It's going to be the red Tal'Darim puCK.
In the top left as the blue Protoss, he's Ting Neeb.
Ting. Of course, his, I don't know if you want to call it boss or handler or manager or whatever, Jesse.
Handler.
The guy who got him signed to Ting is currently playing StarCraft as we speak. He also plays Protoss, and I'm pretty sure should just message Neeb like, hey, so you got some sweet tips for today, bro? Like playing a show match later. Don't want to let the company down now that you're part of Ting and all.
I feel like Neeb either would be the type of guy to say, oh, I can't really help you, just try your best. Or he give a super, like, complicated pro gamer answer, and,
Yeah.
and like, Jesse would just be like, okay, yeah, thanks. And I had no idea.
He's like, slow down, what do I do? 14 probes and then what? I got my pencil out.
Yeah, right? Like, there's the entire build order, and then put, like, little, like, arrows into, like, now if he does this, you gotta do this, but if he does this, then you gotta do that. Like, they probably, I don't actually see him helping that much. Although, I say that, and 2 years ago, Neeb did teach me and another guy, Terran, back when he was Terran, and he did a fine job with it, so...
So,
I don't know.
I just want to say, by the way, Neeb, the way I kind of think about it in my head, seems to me like a guy who wouldn't have all these arrows of, like, if this happens, do that. Like, he doesn't seem to me like a methodical chess player who's Bobby Fishering out 50 moves ahead. He's just actually, like, really amazing at responding to what he sees at hand.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like he'd be like at exactly 5 minutes. He'd be like, yeah, you should probably do this. Well, but you know, if you see that, then you probably don't want to do that. Like, he probably wouldn't be super like, get your pencil ready type. But I also just can't see him giving such a, like, oh yeah, just like, just 2-gate him, you know, and you'll win. Don't worry about it. I feel like Harson would give me that answer. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your standard probe out, you're able to Stargate, and then you're gonna make an Oracle, and then you're gonna try and win. Okay, good luck.
Nailed it. Also, damn it, Zombie Grub.
What?
I do believe my cat has peed on something.
But I did something wrong. Why would you blame me? Because I'm wearing a kitten lady t-shirt? That's racist. What?
To be like, if, like, xenophobic, if anything, I think.
Xenophobic? I don't think that's the right word either.
What would you call it, though, if you
I don't know. It's a type of person, but it's not like the type has a name.
I hate the Thundercats.
Thundercatist.
Thundercats, no!
That reminds me, what are you gonna watch first on your way to California? Voltron or Orange is the New Black?
Probably Orange is the New Black, because I know you want to
good.
talk about it really badly.
Because Voltron's also pretty good, but like, it's not as like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened.
I'm actually right now trying to figure out what I want to do for my upcoming birthday, because a lot of people want to do stuff because like it's the night before, but I don't want to be super hungover and headachy for my plane flights to California.
Oh. Oh, like at home with your friends in Canada.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I don't think we're gonna have that much alcohol.
Nobody cares about you losers.
Oh, rude. Okay, fine. Oh,
No,
like a century. That's pretty good.
It's like, everyone's trying to be nice. Like, oh, can I take you for a drink or a burger for your birthday? And I'm like, well...
That's a slippery slope, my friend.
I was like, on one hand, like, I've been doing so good with my diet, I don't know if I can say yes to the burger. And then on the other hand, the drinking wouldn't be too good either because I don't drink well.
Yeah, that, I don't...
They'd be like, here, have a second tequila shot. And I'd be like, great, now I'm hungover.
Yeah, plus if you drink, you're less inclined to say no to food. So either way, your diet's gonna be broken.
I am so mad with this weight loss thing. Like, I'm actually at this point where I'm starting to consider, like, maybe surgery, ? And for context to those, because I know somebody's going to be trolling about this in chat, I've definitely... How to phrase this? Like, I feel like I've unfortunately perhaps worked out too much while trying to lose weight, so I've maintained this weird, just constant state of overall weight. But I'm definitely, like, my calves are super fucking muscly right now. Walking 20K every day is apparently going to do that to you.
I think, yeah, you'd first have to really take your measurements and pictures, but I know you don't want to do that, so...
Nope.
So you'll never actually know if you're losing weight.
Just eating fucking corn and peas every day. God damn it.
The scales and everything, but, whatever.
I'm going to... You know what? This is great. I'm just going to eat so much burger. Like, when I'm in California...
We have to go to In-N-Out Burger! Or no, we're not going to.
No, you know what? We will. We're going to this time. We've been to California like 8 times and we've never been.
Time.
We're gonna go to In-N-Out Burger this time, I believe.
We don't even know where one exists.
Okay, well, shut up. We'll find something. I know we will. We'll Uber for 40 minutes if we need be. But okay, Job's trying to go off here for Neeb. Now I guess it's worth mentioning because we didn't really speak about it. Neeb and puCK are actually a very funny dynamic between the two of them. Because Neeb and puCK do a lot of the same things in a lot of the same matchups, but the difference is Neeb finds a lot of success where puCK doesn't. And I feel like one of the biggest differences between these two is really how they get down on themselves after maybe a loss. Like, I've never seen Neeb on tilt, ever. Like,
yeah.
puCK, lose game 1, could go terribly for him. Or some days it will, some days it won't. Luckily, this is only a best of 1, so we won't have to worry about that too much here, but just, again, to note, like, this play style for Protoss for him, I don't feel is going to be too much different than Neeb's. Like, even if he loses, I don't think it'll be like, oh my god, there's such a skill difference. But these force fields for Neeb are actually pretty fantastic. And Caster cursing this all over the place. That Immortal goes down immediately. Second Immortal still trapped, just kind of shaking around.
This has gone very, very poorly. Neeb now up about 10 army supply and just furthering its snowball, I think.
I was expecting to be able to hold around this third. That's why I started giving this whole speech about puCK, but damn, Neeb just catches him off guard with some fantastic force fields.
Well, the first sentry went down, that was like, okay, whatever. Then the other 2 sentries here went down. I think those are force fields that were going to be very, very useful for puCK. So just without them, just, no option for force fields from him was a pretty damn big deal. He's going to try and counter, but with such a small army, it's not that reinforcements will, take care of it, but I don't think it can kill that much fast enough.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing here, obviously, but you're right. The army's coming back. It's blinking home as soon as it can. puCK's going to almost have to suicide his units to kill this Nexus to even this up. But the +1 weapons for him help him tear through this pretty quickly. Probe's being pulled into this mess. I mean, is losing the army worth it?
If he got the Nexus, maybe.
Yeah, but he doesn't get either, unfortunately. Now he walks away with not a lot left.
Yeah, force fields come down.
Probe's still chasing.
Right? Yeah, he realizes that's a mistake. He has Blink as well, so gets that last Stalker. Now puCK's down 12 workers. He's down 15 army supply. He's down an upgrade. No, he's up an upgrade. Okay, but not for long.
This is... I'm recalling, actually, wasn't it puCK who played that really scrappy game on Rakshir on, day 2?
Yes, it was. I can't... Versus...
I think it was Drogo? Yeah. I could be wrong, but the point is, we know that puCK, even though this doesn't start out well for him, this goes right back into what I was saying before, where he's a good enough player to try and bring this back. I mean, it's a mirror matchup, but it's really hard to find advantages when you're behind. But he's got +1 on his side. He's a scrappy player in the first place. And frankly, his micro is not at all bad. So Blink Stalker fights without force field screwing him up may still go in his favor.
Yeah. Well, things looked like it was going to be GG, so the puck surviving long enough to get his third base back up is already something here. I saw a bit of robotics bay. Yeah, okay, he goes for second robo as well, because I think disruptors could be a way back in here. You think about things that bring back games. Splash is one of those things, and if you can get a good number of disruptors, Neeb might make a mistake. But Neeb is going for a pretty just, you know, like, very forward composition, shall I say. Like, charge out Archon. It might take some shots from the disruptors, but well, the Zealots can't, but the Immortals can take a shot, the Archons can take a shot, and he might still be able to just push through with a bigger armor supply. No armor in this game, just weapons.
Well, of course, we did make the mistake of discussing weight loss on stream, so everyone... Oh, wait, what? Saying their opinions in chat, but I just want to thank everyone for not being super shitty about it for once. It's kind of interesting, unique, but that Immortal getting picked off by Neeb was actually kind of a big deal. He's still got a big army supply, and his Archon's going to be a huge advantage, but Disruptors coming out for puCK are where this game maybe changes around. But this is, like... This actually doesn't look so bad for puCK if Neeb were to attack into him sometime soon. The problem is, though, I don't think he's going to, and Neeb's going to max out a lot faster than puCK will be anywhere close to max. He's also got this fourth base down, which works out really nice for him, but puCK's moving to take his as we speak.
Yeah. Catching up, playing a game of catch-up, really. Neeb has exceeded the upgrades,
I didn't realize these were straight-up DTs, by the way. So, Cannon in the main is going to help with the detection over here. Picks off the Warp Prism with the Stalkers. That'll cut this out. Really nice. DT gets cleaned up. Cannon over here as well. He's on the ready to deal with these. Yeah,
he is. So they don't do too much. They get 5 more probes, and mind you, puCK was already down in probes. Cause a little bit of a lost mining time too. It's little things, and with Neeb on 4 bases, a couple of DTs really doesn't matter much to him. But here we go, double Stargates. This time I think he actually saw the Disruptors on the way out. Yeah, I think the DTs at one point did, because he hasn't actually seen the robotics bay. But he sees 2 robos. I think he saw the army as well. These should be Phoenixes to pick up the Disruptors. That last game with, like, Showtime versus Hearthstone, maybe thought Disruptors were on the way, but they actually never came out, so Phoenixes looked really, really odd. This game, he can go into Phoenixes first, and then if the game really lasts that long, he can also add a Fleet Beacon and go into Tempests, but the Phoenixes will definitely make this a easier game, because now he won't have to worry so much about splitting and being, basically losing this game to a single Disruptor shot if it's just picked up and killed.
Well, that's the thing about Disruptor shots. They will take a little bit of luck. Not to say that puCK relies on them and he's got no skill, but part of this will be Neeb making mistakes against them. Part of it's going to be puCK aiming correctly. But these Disruptors are game changers against the current composition of Neeb, and without opposing forces, it's a problem. But what we see Neeb doing is going to really, really shut that problem down. So with Phoenixes coming out en masse, like 3 at a time is a lot of Phoenix. It's not about picking up anything here to kill them. It's removing the Disruptors from the fight so his better ground army can win this out. Yeah.
I was going to say, puCK has another option, though, to counter the Phoenixes, counters on counters, and that's Archons, but also feedbacks. Even if the feedbacks don't kill the Phoenix, they're going to stop them from being able to lift said Disruptors, so it can still be just as good. But, killing the Phoenixes would be ideal, too, with a couple of Archons. So Templar Archives finishes. He also is getting a Dark Shrine. The game really is going on to the late game, despite what looked to be Neeb's win earlier on. He just has to make sure not to make a mistake. And that mistake could be running into this army, not realizing that there's already a ton of Phoenixes out. Neeb's kind of keeping them a little bit hidden right now. Showing them soon, though.
That is so many Phoenix. This almost looks trolly. AI get the better of these Disruptors as they start going down here. We're in a bit of a base trade almost territory, though. So, guys, ready your Ace 1s and ready your Ace 2s because the main fight may not happen. Neeb actually turning around for this. Going to try and defend. puCK still... We talk about Neeb not showing things. puCK hasn't actually shown his massive Disruptor count.
Yeah, I think he only saw like the 2 or 3 initially. But he knows there's like double Robo. There's so many Phoenix that, okay, the blink forward there was really good. An actual fight goes down. I think it's worth for Neeb to sacrifice the majority of them as long as all the Disruptors picked up.
Yeah, I mean, the other part about the Phoenix too is it's not even just that they pick them up. They can cancel a shot by picking them up. So even if the Phoenix dies, just Graviton Beaming can save an army sometimes. But playing really far back. I love that Neeb knows his limits. He's not getting too close to this. Every time a shot gets fired, he backs away. Phoenix is looking to come in from behind. puCK's starting to get too far away from this. The Immortal's left behind. Oh, that blink was a mistake. He's going to have to sacrifice these 2 disruptors. He knows it as well. Continues to run back for his life. Yo, credit goes to puCK. He brought this game back from being so far behind, and I really admire that. Oh, nice shot with that 1 disruptor. Takes out the cannon fodder through these zealots. He knows these disruptors are destined to die, so he's trying to get these shots off. All the Phoenixes picked them up, though. All the disruptors destined to die. Can puCK fight with what is just stalkers?
I don't think so. Some more charges coming in, a couple of mortals in there too, and Phoenixes still have energy.
The crowd control aspect of them is wild, but there's 3 more disruptors where this came from, and he has used most of the Phoenix energy up, so goes for these shots, though those zealots are good as dead.
Yeah. But that 4th base, he's got to go check it, and he'll be able to kill it. No problem, I think. More Phoenixes are on the way. Neeb has just, I guess, doesn't want his 3rd expansion back. He's expanding everywhere else.
Yeah,
Point is, he still is expanding.
There's more Archons coming out of Neeb next, and I guess one of the things is disruptors, while they do a ton of damage, are going to find it really hard to splash. Like, you're not going to hit 18 Archons the same way we will hit 18 Zealots, but puCK needed that base pretty badly. He's looking to pay him back some damage in turn, so as he comes across the map, Watchtower he needs to put a soccer back on it so he can blink up. There we go. So he can blink up here, knock down another base of Neeb. This is exactly that kind of scrappy game we were talking about before. I'm still amazed to see disruptors being invested into, though. They failed so terribly on him before, but I guess he's just banking on the fact that these Phoenixes will eventually run out of juice. The Mothership Core goes down, no energy pop, no overcharges down, but bases are getting traded out all over the place, and Neeb's going to lose another mining base.
Yeah, now you can send your base trades in a TV. Into the chat, rather.
What the fuck?
Yeah, BaseTradeTVs into your chats. There you go.
Just pull out those old CRTVs you got, and
yeah, this is now definitely a base trade, not like some awkward milling in the middle where they both lose a Nexus, but not much else. Neeb, yeah, I was gonna say puCK's got to base race at this point. He goes back now when it's over, but there finally are some High Templars to feed back, which is not enough. I mean, you consider how much gas it costs to get a High Templar. You'd have to have either a lot of High Templar or one that has a lot of energy.
Just shoot. Ah,
just try, buddy.
You tried to Anne Frank it. It didn't work.
Just hide in the corner.
All right, so, I mean, so it is full-on base trade territory. puCK is going for so... I love this. Look at these cannons coming down. Both players are just investing in crazy static defense, knowing that this is full-on base trade mode. But the disruptors can outrange the cannons. However, nothing from Neeb can outrange these. The Archons have certainly got a lot of health, and maybe they can just brute force this down.
What's funny, though, is that the Phoenixes can get in the back of the mineral line still, and Neeb will notice that eventually.
Yeah, but it's not about mining so much for puCK anymore, because, like, what is he going to do? He's just going to build more cannons. It's not about trying to reproduce any actual facilities to produce with. He's rushing back home. Doesn't know about that upper base. He has no idea about this base.
If it was an actual base race where he thought, oh, his main is left over and he doesn't have any mining, then saving this base and trying to play a macro game actually might not be a bad idea, but we know that Neeb is still mining fine, and he's the one with all his production still up.
He actually just kills a lot of those Phoenix relatively easy, and now the Archon's a little too close, but that was every disruptor shot. All on cooldown. Now Neeb can advance if he'd like, but he's going to turn around and go for the base instead. Does he know about the cannons? He knows there's a lot of cannons. He's seen that there's a lot of cannons. He's still going to go for it anyways.
As I say, I think he could go for either one if he really wanted to, but it's scary to think that if you go for one, the other one might beat you.
This is
if he goes to the army,
PvP.
maybe you can't take on the cannons and vice versa.
Two Zealots just kind of slowly chipping away at all the buildings down here. Mighty Axes swinging for the Templar. One Stalker goes northwards. I guess he has his suspicions about this, but didn't know. So, I mean, it's one mining base versus one mining base, but the difference is Neeb has all of his production intact. puCK does not. puCK has lost everything.
Yeah. And again, if Neeb wasn't mining, puCK could look towards like the stupidly long game where he tries to get his production back, but
whoa, what the
Neeb
fuck?
mining, there's no hope here really.
What's going on at the corners of these ramps?
You know, just a little hop and skip and whatnot.
Yeah, they like the kids like to jump up on the side of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Look at that one Stalker bucked out way on that one. Okay, he's gonna try and hold this. The nice thing about the cannons, I guess, is they can hold on to this for quite some time. The Phoenixes are not gonna be able to swoop in while there's Stalkers and cannons firing at them, and the Disruptor's gonna keep anything from really pushing up this ramp. But while this looks scary for a moment, you gotta consider Neeb's got all the time in the world to take up to his own Disruptors. He could get Void Rays out if he wanted to. He's got a lot more options than puCK currently has. puCK is trying to get a Dark Shrine out, but funny enough, he doesn't have any gateways to use with said Dark Shrine.
Right? That's a problem, isn't it? I guess since he did have the Twilight Council and the Cybernex Core alive, it was a good choice, but
Use it
I
before you
don't
lose
see...
it.
Neeb eventually could go into like a Stargate, or he has Stargates. He could go into a Fleet Beacon, get Tempests, and then there's nothing that puCK can really do if he's just gonna try and turtle on one base.
Turtle.
So he's making a longer game. He's been making it a longer game than he should have from minute 8, but he's gonna make it an even longer game by turtling on this one base.
By the way, I'm not sure if we caught them, but Flying Sheepman and Yags, thank you guys for all those resubs. I don't actually remember. It's been a while since we did some shoutouts. So just
Yeah,
covering
we
the
definitely
bases.
didn't get them. Yeah, there's not too much more to hype. The Dark Shrine finished, but there are now 0 gateways. 1 morphing now.
It's time to play Rakshir, baby. Across the map with that DT. But even if he does, there's cannons all over the place, so this won't get damage done. And I think when that fails, that might be where puCK loses all hope. Because the only real chance he had here was sneak DT's past, kill everything on the backside.
Yeah, and the Observer saw it. Observer's not chasing it, but I guess he has more Observers. That's a pretty good split. Oh, Shield's even on the way for these Archons. Sure, why not? Dark Templar kills some of the transferring probes, but there's one of those Observers.
Just picks it up pretty easy. Gold base saturated. Neeb just does not look like he can lose the game at this point. I gotta say though, puCK did bring this back to a much closer game than I expected from where he was.
Yeah, within 8 minutes I thought he was gonna die. And now it turns into a 20-minute game. So.
Well, GG's and congratulations to Showtime actually. Or excuse me, Neeb, who will send puCK back to his capital city once again and claim Rakshir for the Tal'Darim. Or sorry, for the Templar, as I'm getting everything backwards here. Just add the color. Bloop. But this is where, again, like, it's not difficult for the Tal'Darim to bounce back off of this. They don't actually have to go for Rakshir at all. They could go around it entirely with best of 1s and now, of course, the 2 movement places. It's pretty easy. But I guess these outlying maps are still best of 3s. And whose turn is it next?
I believe it restarts. That was Womu's. And then it was Neeb. Yeah, and Neeb just went.
I should have left the randomizer up. It was so much easier than scrolling up every time. But yeah, so Jogo, then puCK, then Showtime, etc. So we're going to go to a commercial break while they figure out where they want to move, guys. Stick around, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.